DeFi Degens, what is up, and welcome back to the channel. Got a bunch of stuff to cover. It was kind of a crazy weekend across the board in crypto. On Saturday, so 2 days ago, it was Drip's second birthday, which is pretty amazing for a DeFi protocol the last 2 years. Obviously, if we have some of these developments to come out, hopefully it can last at least a couple more. But I want to talk a little bit about what happened. I was actually away. I'll explain why. And then I want to do a 125 Drip giveaway. So probably do it. I want somebody to get a nice big lump sum for the second year anniversary. So I'll do 100 to somebody and 25 to somebody else. So hopefully that works for you guys. All you got to do is comment down below what your favorite part of this video is, or what of the protocols that I'm going to talk about they're going to crush it in. Because obviously I'm going to cover the updates with Drip real quick. I'm going to cover the downside of DeFi. Had a couple rug pulls this weekend, and then I'm going to cover the other protocols that are really crushing it for me. So if you guys are in some of those and you want to comment on the one that's doing the best for you, for some of you guys it's going to be Wolf Capital, some it's going to be Speakeasy, for some of you it might be Ark. So comment down below which one is making you the most actual money, not the one you're most bullish on long term. What's putting the most money in your pocket right now, because at the end of the day we do this to make a profit, and so hopefully you guys are in a position to where you're at least taking little bits of profit along the way. So don't forget to comment down below. Make sure that your wallet address is in with that comment, and I'll try to get the airdrop sent out. If you guys, as you guys know, the airdrop tool hasn't been working very well, so I'm going to see if I can get that to work. If not, I might have to send it to your wallet. Please don't cheat it. Deposit it in your faucet and grow this thing. So anyway, that is the deal right now. Nothing really to report on the Drip side. We had a couple percentage points or a couple cents increase during the AMA, and since then the Drip price is just getting crushed. So it's down to 33 cents. Hopefully we get some traction. Part of the reason is that it's still going to be a few weeks until we actually get the UI and Triple D, and I think maybe that let some air out of the balloon. But for the most part, the AMA I've heard was really good. I wasn't able to watch it. I wanted to watch it live, but I was busy this weekend. As you guys know, last year my grandpa died last summer. So my grandma's been living in the home alone, right? She's hardcore, so she definitely wanted to stay there. She wants to be independent and live on her own. Anyway, the other day she fell, twisted one ankle, broke the other one, had to go to the hospital, surgery, the whole deal. And now she's in like I don't know, an inpatient treatment facility for the next couple weeks to try to get her up and going. But when she returns home, she's gonna have to have a wheelchair. So her home obviously isn't wheelchair ready. So over the weekend, we gutted both of the bathrooms so we can make them to where they're more accessible. Or start building a ramp so she's able to get her deal in anyway. So that's what I spent my Saturday doing while the AMA was going on. I wasn't able to join, but of course that's more important than this. Plus I can just easily get the updates. But from the clips I've seen and just some of the screenshots and everything, the new UI and everything is looking really clean. All the pages look very clean. I think it's going to be just really functional. I'm super excited for that actually to drop when it does drop. The official date is apparently 4 weeks out. So if that's the case, we should get Triple D, the new UI, all the good stuff by the end of May. So I'm hoping that's the case. We just got to see some price appreciation here. I've been very thankful that the price has been steady over the last few weeks, and really maybe up to about 2 months. It's been trapped within a certain range, which has been very nice to have some consistency. Part of me really wishes that I would have got into Drip now, so I could have bought at 33 cents and then had all these developments come out to make it better. Because even if you double up from there, plus your 1% a day, and we get any type of consistency from here on out, you know, anyone who's really DCing or buying and has a low average that's down somewhere around where we've been, they're going to be able to crush it. I originally got in about 50. That's where I dropped most of my money, and I have at least 14,500 that I spent on this main wallet. It's probably more, like maybe a little over 15, especially with gas and all that stuff. But that's just the number I put in my spreadsheet because I didn't remember to track it along the way like I'm doing with all my projects now. But anyway, I spent a lot of my tokens. I know a lot of you guys did too. I know a lot of you guys bought at 120, 90, whatever, and then bought all the way down. My average price is considerably higher than the price is right now, but that's the way it goes. I am building extra wallets, hoping that the future really gets things dialed in and we can move forward in next year and crush it. And we really don't need to see anything crazy. If you're buying and building a wallet at this level and we see a 2x or 3x, right? A 3x is like $1 drip, and people can make some pretty good money. I'm really hoping that we can force our way and get up to in that $2 to $3 range. Now what'll have to happen for that to do is we're gonna have to see some momentum, onboard some people. People are gonna start having to feel a lot better about DeFi. Crypto is gonna have a bounce back, because we need a lot more traction to be able to sustain those prices, because there's a ton of max wallets out there. There's like 1 million drip a day or something that can be claimed. So because of that, we need some serious momentum, and hopefully it's coming. Like I said, 4 weeks out from the new UI and Triple D. I'm not holding my breath on that. I do think we'll get it fairly close to that date. I don't think any marketing or anything like that needs to happen. Just launch it as soon as possible, as soon as it's ready, and let the YouTubers and the community do the rest. So that's my thoughts on drip. Let me go through some of the protocols, pull some money, talk about some of the stuff I'm in. I know some of you guys have got into some of these plays with me, and some of you find them interesting, even if you're not in them. But let me hit them all real quick. First, the two that I was in that rug pulled, passives at another level. First off, I knew both of those obviously were risky. I made videos on both saying extremely high level of risk and to really be cautious. Passives was a trading protocol, right? They were supposed to be doing the trading, and they said, hey, we're going to share trades, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Within 2 days of launch, they had kind of changed their tune. So that's of course why I initially pulled down that video, and then I made another video saying, hey, I'm still getting paid, but the risk here is extremely high. I don't believe what they're saying, and they're likely running a Ponzi. And then of course, a couple days after that, they pulled the rug. So hopefully you guys weren't into that too heavy. I took a decent little chunk hit, but nothing I wasn't totally prepared for. I was claiming every single day, so I did get some money back out of it, but that one's just a tough one. I think all these trading protocols are kind of tough because you can't make a immutable contract where everything just stays in like drip or anything like that, because they need to use that money as an outside revenue source. So the upside of the trading protocols is there is an external revenue source. It doesn't have to run fully on Ponzi-nomics. The downside is they've got control over that. So if they say they're going to trade the money and then they don't end up doing that, then you're kind of stuck. So trading protocols, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like in some of the protocols I'm getting into, and sorry, I'm just thinking on the fly here, but some of the protocols I'm getting into, of course, I want to get in on day one. It almost seems like in the trading protocols, you want to like give it a couple weeks to feel it out and see how they're doing, see how the team is, and then get in. It's a gamble either way. Wolf Capital's one that I got into really early, and I'm super thankful it did. I had to put a ton of trust in the team. They said they were going to do the trades and did all that, and they have been, and they've been paying people out. So it's been super rock solid, but had to give it a lot of trust and gambled, get in right away. I've done the same thing, obviously, with other protocols, and those have tanked. So you just never know what you're going to get, and that's why I say just always use risk capital. If you feel confident in it, give it a go. Just don't put a ton in there. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And if you don't feel confident in it, just skip it. Like, there's always going to be another protocol you could do. So don't think that if I launch a video or any other YouTuber launches a video on a platform that looks interesting, don't think that if it doesn't quite feel right for you, that you can't just wait for another one. Some of these protocols are going to be extremely solid and you're going to make really good money, and some of them are going to go under. Both because in some cases the devs are just going to be dishonest, and I hate people like that. But in other scenarios, the devs are honest, but they just don't get enough traction, and you need community adoption for these things to go well. So this is just a cautionary tale. I'll try to be as transparent about the risks in my videos, but please listen to those warnings, because you never know which one's going to hit, right? Wolf Capital could have tanked. We all could be out on that money. Instead, the team turned out to be really solid, and it's going extremely well. And that story goes for every protocol. So some are going to do extremely well, some will not do well. Just make sure you're taking a balanced approach. None of the information I give, as you guys know, is financial advice. It's for education purposes. Throw money into a protocol that we can afford to lose, and we hope that we win in like 75% of those protocols, so that way it offsets the loss and we make some money. So I just wanted to cover that. These rug pulls aren't fun. All the dirt bags and bad actors in the space, but again, it's tough. When you want an external revenue source, sometimes they have to have access to the capital. A real external revenue source will help those protocols last a lot longer. As you can see with protocols like Drip, tons of community adoption, everything's been going well, but the price has been tanking because there is no external revenue source, and there's no layer 2 as of right now until it comes out in a couple weeks. Drip's obviously a super extreme example because it's the most successful ROI protocol that's ever been created. Lasted 2 years, still rocking, and really over the last year, it's been absolutely nothing but turmoil. We haven't got a single one of the developments that we were told were going to come out, and so for it to still be hanging in there, pretty solid. All right, let's talk about a few other things. One, just before I get into it, Foodtopian. We were able to pick up our first food truck, food trailer. We've got some pretty good ideas for that. I am scheduling some AMAs with some good YouTubers, so we can kind of explain that very soon, within the next week-ish. You should be able to stake those NFTs and start earning yield. Of course, that will get people more excited. But we're getting the trailer all fixed up, making sure she's roadworthy, and then we're gonna film some content and all that stuff so you guys can see it. But anyway, we're super excited about that. It's just a grind to get everything set up. And for me, I'm not even doing any of the hard work, right? Lee and Unmade Sugar over there in the UK across the pond doing all the tough work for me, so I can just sit back and try to promote it and work on the marketing angle, try to inject some funds over to those guys to help out when I can. I will share some pictures of the new trailer. I don't want to bring them up now. Actually, let me see if I can find a quick one. I don't want to share any personal information, license plates or anything like that, but let me just show you this real quick. So here is the actual trailer, and this picture was taken kind of from an odd angle, so you can't really see how big it is, but it's big and it's also very tall. Lee's like 6'3 plus, and he says even when he's standing in it, he's got some additional clearance. So really solid. It's in really good shape. Got a flat tire, so we got to do a few things there, but that's how it goes when you're starting a business. There's always a bunch of little issues, but the photos of the trailer right there don't do it justice because it's actually a really solid setup. So anyway, expect more on that later. And sorry, the light's changing so much in the background. I kind of have the blinds sort of open, and so it's casting some weird shadows, but I don't think you guys care. All right, so Drip, we gave the updates there. Let's jump to Animal Farm. The assets on Animal Farm aren't doing good. You know, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Pigs have fallen down into the 40s, so 46.91, pretty big drop, and the dogs are at 8.50. So nothing amazing here. I do have, let's see, got the pig pen. I do have $28 built up, so why don't I just take profits here? I'll just compound the pigs and claim BUSD. All right, done. That should populate and go to my wallet. The reason I'm claiming today is fun fact, little bad news. My SUV is starting to have some transmission problems, and I've been towing my side-by-side. You guys have kind of seen some pictures of that. So over the weekend, I looked at the ride. It's got a few issues. I'm basically going to trade that thing in, and I need to go pick up a new vehicle. And as you guys know, new vehicles, used vehicles, whatever, they're just super expensive right now. So all my additional crypto running right now, I'm just going to use Spritz, kick it over to the account, use that as a down payment, trade in my current vehicle, get something new, and just put the worries behind me. So that's part of the reason why I've been doing some claims. Next up, we have Speakeasy. I just recently claimed, which is awesome. Like I said, claiming so I can make some payments and everything. But I've got absolutely no issues with Speakeasy. I like the 1.5%, very solid. It's another protocol that has a ton of external revenue sources that, you know, he's able to reinvest that into all these other protocols and various external revenue sources. So this one's making me happy. Of course, the team is super solid. Nothing but good things to say about Speakeasy. I bought that extra shot NFT that bumped me up to 1.5%. So like I said, I'm loving it. Over on Wolf Capital, I think I talked about this the other day, but you guys have probably already seen it. They dropped it to a more sustainable rate. So 1.5% is the max. I'm fine with that. If this thing can last for years, I'd much rather have it last for years than see it slowly dwindle away. But almost 2.2 million in total investments. So this protocol has just done insanely well. This is one of those ones that where the risk was high because they have access to the capital. And even though I like the team, you never know exactly what people are going to do when they got a couple $1 million, you know, in their grasps. But this is a prime example of one that has done very well and should continue to do well. Now, I know a lot of you guys that I've talked to have already ROI'd in this. For me, I just kept making deposits more than 50% of what I was claiming. So I'm still only about 50, maybe 60% ROI max, and I'm okay with that. I could pretty much get to ROI at any time. As you can see here, these little greens, I could actually unstake a couple of my big stakes and probably get to ROI if I want to. I'm going to continue to let it pay out. I even considered, hey, like, do I just want to take this $900 and use that toward my down payment? But I really would rather just leave this here and have it pay out like clockwork. So that's what I'm doing. I've deposited a total of $31.58, and this is what I've withdrawn. I think probably like 52% or something like that. But anyway, Wolf Capital's crushing it for me. It's crushing it for anybody in the group. It's really nice to get a winner. We had a really good streak there where we had no rugs and everything was just paying out. That's how it goes. But I went kind of hard into this one, obviously harder than I normally do. And so far, it's really paying off. So Wolf Capital, A+. Onto ARK. Let me switch wallets. I just claimed in this one too, because obviously I'm going to start using those funds. I'm going to go back, probably compound for the next 4 to 5 days, and then I'll do a couple more claims. As you can see, I'm still net deposit positive in the net deposit value. but I'm all the way up past 1,500 ARK, which is awesome. So that's 9 grand. I mean, this will be at 10 grand soon. Max payout 27 grand. I can't say enough good things about ARK. It's just rock solid. There is some new alpha that's getting dropped in the DAO group, so I need to get in there, digest all that information so I can roll it out to you guys. The new app is coming out, which I think is actually live right now. I don't do a lot of crypto on my mobile. I do have a burner that I use, but that's just like in extreme cases. If for some reason my computer's not working, I got it hooked up with a VPN to a private Wi-Fi and all that type of stuff. So I can use it if necessary, but I'm not a big like crypto on mobile guy. So I haven't had a chance to get in there and really play around with it, but I will, because obviously I need to learn it and then let you guys know what I think. But I'm interested to see how that helps with adoption and onboarding and everything. So more alpha on this one later. I'll do a specific video on ARK over probably in the next week with all the details of everything that's going on. I know there's a DAO vote coming up. They got a few other big things they want to announce. So expect more from ARK. Again, this one pays me out like clockwork every day, 2%, super rad. And once I get to the break-even point, I know my rate will drop down to 1%. Perfectly fine with that. I'm fine with that on the drip side. 1% when the token's $5.7172. It's pretty solid. Next, let's hit AITC Finance. This one's just a sleeper. I don't know how many people got into this one with me, but it wasn't very exciting. I think that's why maybe a ton of people didn't come in. It's just a real simple kind of back-end trading protocol. This one pays me out every week. There's still 25 grand in the contract balance, and just barely slowly going down. So I should easily be able to ROI from this one. Been around for months now. I want to say that I'm 80% to ROI or something like that. Every 10 days, right? This goes down to 0 every 10 days. That's when my claim is. And I get about 85 bucks a claim. So nothing amazing, but a trusted protocol from a trusted dev that just works. And as long as he's able to keep up with this in training, it can continue to last, or trading rather. Sorry, I can't talk today, but hopefully this one continues to last because it's paying me absolutely no issues. If you guys got into this one, you're winning. Stock Mischief of Fortune. I am like 98% to ROI in this one. So the next claim that I get will actually push me over the edge, and I will have ROI'd. And from then on, it's just full profits, which is awesome. So this was a really good protocol to get into. I remember when I got in, I just didn't have a lot of funds on hand, so I threw in the 500. I should have gone 1,000. I knew I should have. I didn't have it. So basically, what I was doing was just taking 50% of my gains for a while. My gains ended up going a little higher, so I've been doing a little bit less than 50%, but I've just been redepositing 50 bucks every week. So next time I take my claim, I'll drop another 50 back in there, and I'll do it for as long as the protocol will last. But like I said, with this next claim, even with my redeposit, I will be over 100% ROI. So I've got all my money back plus some profits, and then from then on, it's all gravy. So that's super exciting. The contract balance is still over 100,000. I do have some external revenue sources. They're doing some collateral rehypothecation and all that. So this one's super solid. Super glad I've got into this one, and good. Another team win. Something that, of course, is much needed. I have this stuff up on another screen. I don't want to go through the process of switching it or whatever, but one is Stable Beans. Stable Beans still paying it out, but it has that variable ROI that continues to drop like the old school miners. And so I'm just making a little bit less every claim day. It's working. I'm like 60% to ROI or something like that. It's just, I think I'll at least break even, maybe make some money, but it's just going to take a little bit of time because my claims get less and less. So that one isn't as big of a win, but dev's honest. Protocol's working exactly like it should be. I just think the for it to pay people out more, the contract balance would have to have a nice upswing. So everyone's was worth more. I don't know if that's going to happen at this stage in the game, but honest dev, decent protocol. This isn't paying me out quite as much as I like, but there's still a really good chance I'll get to break even and into some sort of profit. Next is Whales Candy. The token price on Whales Candy's gone down a little bit from like 7 cents to just above 6 cents. Not a big deal. The auctions though, you can make some really good buys there. So the auctions have been lower and lower for the amount of people that've been getting in, meaning the people that do get in end up getting more tokens for their dollars, right? More bang for their buck. And it's really been crushing it. So I've amassed a ton of Whales Candy tokens. I entered a lot of the initial auctions, built some up. Every time I get a little chunk of BNB, I just kind of throw in there. So hopefully I can get more tokens. There's been a couple days where I took all the tokens that I had built up after I had staked them and then sold those for BNB and put those back in so I could have more tokens. I've amassed a pretty good position to where I'm making quite a bit per day in there. So if you're not in Whales Candy, or you are, but you haven't participated in one of the auctions, I gotta tell you that when they're really low like this, especially like anything under 80 or 90 BNB, I mean, anything under that is just a killer deal. So I think yesterday was like 65 or 70 BNB. So if you put in 1 BNB, you got a whole ton of tokens. And you bought those tokens for a cent or a cent and a half, and they're worth 6 cents. So it's a good way to get a really good deal. Don't worry about the referral system. From what I'm hearing, it basically doesn't work. Just use the link that's down in the description to get to the site, and you can take a look at the auction or whatever. But if they can maintain that one's actually gonna make really good money for me. And if you guys can pick up some pretty cheap tokens at the auction, it might make good money for you. Obviously, it would be better for me not to tell you about that, so I could get into the auctions and get a ton. But in full transparency, now would be the time to roll the dice and try to pick up some cheap tokens. Last but not least, we'll close it out here. I wanted to show, so I made the video over the weekend or posted it on Saturday. I think the protocol went live on Friday, and I was just, I'm trying to get in early, so I got the video out on Saturday. My views aren't the best on the weekends, but if you guys are interested in this protocol, this is a trading protocol. I do trust the dev. Obviously, there's risk here too. There's risk in everything. He's got control of the funds. He's trading it. He will show his trades. He's a solid guy. He's done other projects. I know some people that are in the other projects that say this guy's just an all-star and super stud. So that made me feel confident enough to roll the dice and go into it. Obviously don't know anything, do your own research. That's why I'm in it, and I will probably, I'm on the fence. I'm probably gonna do it though. I'm probably gonna get into his other protocol too. Like I said, with these where there is real trading going on, there's an external revenue source, I don't know that you have to be first. Sometimes it's nice to get in early, but it's okay if you get in a week later. On the miners and stuff, man, I want to get in at the first hour if I possibly can, because it's kind of first in, first out Ponzi-nomics. With this one being an external revenue source, it's a little bit different, so just do your own research, and if it's something you want to get into, you can. I do the full tutorial video. It's pretty simple. You just send money into a wallet address, stay on that screen until it gives you the confirmation, and then it's in there. As you can see, I've deposited 2,250. I'm going to keep DCAing in here, get this up to at least 2,500. If it continues to pay, I'll keep building my position just like I did in Wolf Capital. His other one's a little bit higher paying. Like this, these are real non-degen rates, depending on how much. Like I'm just in, with 200 bucks, I'm just in the 1% tier. So some of the smaller ones are 0.5, 0.75, whatever. So you decide which one works for you based on how much you want to risk. But this is definitely, to me, a more conservative play, so feeling pretty good about it right now. So in the spirit of making money, we're actually going to make a withdrawal. Like I said, if you're interested in this, go watch the tutorial because I'm not going to do all that here. I am just going to withdraw some funds. Looks like I've been too long and logged me out. I got to sign in. Let's go to withdraw funds. Shows I've got some funds available here. I'm going to take out this 9686. I've already got my wallet address in here, as you can see. Let's go. I need to select the button of the currency I want to take out. Let's go 96.86, and you set the wallet address that you want it to go to. So even if you might have signed up with one wallet address, you can send it to another one. You make that decision, and this will be withdrawal. Okay, this is USDT on BEP20. Let me quickly make sure I'm on the right wallet. And as you can see here, I've got 33 bucks in there. So let's just see. I should have 125. Maybe I'm doing the math right. Let's see. So let's say confirm. Let's see how long this takes. Boom. That took literally less than probably 5 seconds. So I'll clip that small section where I was waiting and looking, but it happened quick. $126 in that wallet now in USDT. So I got my 96 or whatever it was. That was my second withdrawal. Just wanted to do one live on camera to show you exactly how it works. Cakewalk. So that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's little tour around DeFi. Really excited for what's going to happen in the Drip network. Really glad that out of the last 10 plays we've got into, that 8 of them are doing really well. It really sucks to have the rug pull in the other ones, I know. That kind of comes with the territory, unfortunately. Don't forget to comment down below just which protocol you're liking the most or which one's paying you the most money, and then put your wallet address in. I'll do the 100 drip and then the 25 drip. And I'm probably not going to wait a super long time to do that. So sometimes I wait like all week to let the comments build up. I'm going to wait like a day or two. So if you watch this and you want some free money, comment down below, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. I really want to say how much I appreciate your guys' support. This DeFi world can be really challenging sometimes. We win money, or we make money, we lose money. There's a lot of delays. We get our heart broken. The DeFi space is like being in an abusive relationship. So anyway, appreciate you guys' support along this path. I try to read and answer every single comment. So thanks for tuning in the last couple years. But anyway, that's it for today. Happy investing.